Here we go. We are live in Los Angeles, which got really crazy last night. This is The Herd, wherever you may be, however you may be listening. Fox Sports Radio and FS1. Just had a little lunch in between breaks there. Yeah, I have time here. You got to eat. Last night, I heard Chris Collinsworth say to Al Michaels during the game, he goes, "You eat more than anybody I know during a broadcast."
Yeah, that's the thing.
And I was like, oh, okay, that's what I do.
I actually thought of you, yeah, because he's a big snacker during games.
Oh, he is, big snacker.
Yeah, what did he say he ate? I remember him saying he had a wing. Some candy and a wing, maybe. Yeah, but you eat constantly throughout the show. Throughout the show,
nonstop. No more than 80 calories per meal. Just bang, 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 bang.
You're a grazer.
I got a total grazer. I don't like big meals.
We usually have, everything is different now because of COVID, obviously. We usually have a big snack table in the back of the studio.
Oh, full.
And Colin is frequently at the snack table.
Oh, yeah.
And we can't do that now because of COVID and touching things. So Colin is always complaining about their snacks.
So I've got Cheerios in my office. I've got granola bars in my office.
Fig Newtons?
Fig Newtons, formerly in my office. They got the boot.
They didn't get you the corn nuts yet?
No. Protesting that. It's a SAG-AFTRA issue, perhaps. It's a real, I don't have my corn nuts, and I need that. That's Joy Taylor, if you're listening on radio. Kevin Clark, who's really funny, really smart, from The Ringer, great NFL guy. I'll have anecdotes and stories and all that stuff coming up. The three-word game on Monday. Good Monday Night Football game tonight. Drew Brees against Justin Herbert. The old graybeard against the young, really, really dynamic quarterback for the Chargers. So that's going to be all sorts of fun to watch tonight. I kind of like the Chargers for some reason in that game. Very interested about that game. But let's start with this. The story du jour. This is the story that's all over America. LeBron and the Lakers won the NBA title last night in the bubble. Once again, he solidified himself as one of the greatest players of all time. In Miami, year 2 title. Went back to Cleveland, year 2 title. Came to Los Angeles, year 2 title. That's what he does. Michael needed Scottie Pippen. LeBron just needs a ball. LeBron did not go to Golden State, already a stacked team that won a title without him. He went to 3 places and had to elevate each, physically and emotionally and structurally. Colin, the Lakers brand. The Lakers, I was here for the previous 5 years. They were a mess. Bad front office, arguing siblings, owning the team. They kept drafting guys like Lonzo and D'Angelo Russell and Julius Randle and Brandon Ingram. Nice players, but guys. In a league where guys don't do anything. I went back to Cleveland. They had Kyrie, who was a diva who couldn't stay healthy. That was his brand pre-LeBron. Couldn't stay healthy at Duke, couldn't stay healthy in Cleveland, and didn't elevate teammates. Well, what about Miami? They hadn't won a playoff series in 4 years, and to this day, D-Wade was never a perfect fit for LeBron's game. They're just both great athletes. Neither is a pure shooter. One's not a point guard. This Laker roster, you keep forgetting. You take out LeBron James, this roster is the 2018 New Orleans Pelicans. I'm not joking. The Pelicans had Drew Holiday. They're better. I don't know who the greatest player ever is. I know who the greatest foundational piece in the history of American sports is, and it's LeBron James. He is the greatest foundational piece in the history of American sports. 9 finals, 10 years, system doesn't matter, coach doesn't matter, franchise doesn't matter, teammates don't matter. He won when the second best player on the team was a point guard, Kyrie Irving. He won when the second best player on the team was a wing, Dwayne Wade. He just won when the second greatest player was a big, Anthony Davis. Michael Jordan needed Scottie Pippen. Michael Jordan needed Phil Jackson. LeBron needs the damn ball. He doesn't need a system. He doesn't need a coach. He doesn't need a Robin. He had a small Robin. He had a wing Robin. He had a big Robin. It doesn't matter. It does a great part of success to me. Like nobody thinks, the trust fund kid is as heroic as the kid that overcomes stuff. And this is not to say that Michael Jordan's road was easy. But Michael Jordan had a great set of parents. He had a great college situation. He landed in a cool city, Chicago, where once they started winning, everybody wanted to go there. Then he had a great Hall of Fame coach. And to this day, many say the greatest Robin of all time, Scottie Pippen. LeBron didn't have any of those. We all know it's well documented. Tough childhood. Goes to Cleveland. Even when they won, they couldn't get players there. He got you on the phone. Yes, I've been here 7 years. We keep ending up winning playoff series. Chris Bosh, nah, I'll stay in Canada. That's why he went to the Aqua Water in Miami. It's about greatness is about what you overcome. We all acknowledge that. You know it, I know it. We don't have as much respect for somebody that has an easier path. I mean, Kevin Durant's a great player, but LeBron never joined a Warriors that had already won a title. And when I laugh at this whole thing, oh, but look at Miami. Yeah, look at them. They hadn't won a playoff series in 4 years. But by year 2, he structurally, physically, emotionally reboots everything. It's never easy. I mean, we crossed our fingers this weekend. Oh, Anthony Davis is now hurt. I saw Anthony Davis hobble off the court, and I thought, you've got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. It's just never quite easy until this year when I kind of feel like LeBron, the basketball gods, gave him a little bit of a break. Just a tiny little bit of a break. Somebody knocked the Clippers out. Anthony Davis stayed as healthy as he's ever been. And the pandemic, let's be honest, it gave LeBron his 17th year legs a little bit of a break. But in the end, if it's about overcoming, I mean, all you have to ask yourself is look at LeBron also had to face the legacy of Michael Jordan. That thing just hovered over him for the last 10 to 12 years. The Michael Jordan thing just hovers over him. What hovered over Michael? Couple tough years with Orlando Woolridge? I mean, what hovered? Number 1 pick, Michael wasn't. Cover of Sports Illustrated at 16. You can argue who the best player is, but as a foundational piece, nobody has ever changed the league. City's irrelevant. Coach is irrelevant. Teammates irrelevant. Systems irrelevant. Here's LeBron after.
Personally, thinking I had something to prove fuels me. And it fueled me over these last year and a half since my injury. It fueled me because no matter what I've done in my career up to this point, there's still a little rumblings of doubt or, comparing me to, the history of the game. And has he done this? Has he done that? So having that in my head, having that in my mind, saying to myself, why not still have something to prove? I think it fuels me.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not saying perfecting a system and staying at one place of work isn't awesome. I'm not saying that. I'm never going to take away anything from Brady and New England. But let's say Russell Wilson someday leaves Seattle, goes to the Colts and does it again, and then goes to the Cowboys and does it again. Wouldn't you be more impressed? I've never seen an athlete in any sport, any time, any era where franchise, number 2 player, coach, and system is overwhelmingly irrelevant. MJ needed stuff. He needed a coach and he needed Pippen. LeBron just needs a ball. All right, really, really wildly emotional day in the NFL yesterday in Dallas. I mean, from a gutting, heartbreaking, choked you up watching the game injury to Dak. And then you have to reconcile that, because right after that, Andy Dalton comes in and has the greatest drive Andy Dalton's had in about 7 years, and Dallas wins a wildly dramatic game. I feel with the Cowboys when Dak is starting this year, I thought they feel like an 8-8 team. This morning with Dallas, I feel like they're a 7-9 and 8-8 team. Listen, the Dak situation is gutting. It's awful. It's heartbreaking. He'll be back, though. He'll make money. Yesterday, I thought one of the interesting moments as he was let off the field, he wasn't crying because of pain, which had to be incredibly, inarguably brutal. I felt he was crying because he felt he was letting down teammates, which, of course, he was not. Dak is a special dude. He is a special dude. He'll get paid eventually. He'll win games. But Dak and Dalton have one thing in common. They cannot overcome the structural realities of this franchise. The New York Giants had scored this year 16, 13, 9, 9. Yesterday, they dropped 34. They look like the Kansas City Chiefs. You have an owner who doesn't want to be challenged and a coach who doesn't want to be threatened. And I don't think Dak or Dalton, as talented as they are, they're good guys. And I think Andy Dalton's probably the first or second best backup in the league. New England, rumor this year, they were going to roll with him. I don't think they can overcome the realities structurally of Dallas. If Dallas was a friend, they'd be a lot of fun, but you couldn't trust them with money or take you to the airport. They're the tabloid at the supermarket. You can't help but open it. The headline's remarkable. Aliens in the White House. You grab it, you open it, and there's not a lot of substance or sourcing you can really trust. I feel awful for Dak, but he'll overcome. I'm happy for Andy Dalton. He is what he is. But I can't feel differently about either one in the Dallas situation. Dak was struggling to overcome the Cowboys, holding on to try to lead the Giants, and Andy Dalton holding on for dear life at the end to narrowly beat them. Dak will be back. Dak will get paid by somebody. Dak is a great kid. Dak's injury will not define him. I just worry that the Cowboys will define him. Certain things in this organization, I don't think Dak or Dalton can frankly overcome. Three-word game. Kevin Clark joining us as well next. And LeBron, I think I'm going to have a cigar tonight in honor of LeBron. I saw him smoking a cigar. We should all use Joy, Goulet.
A cigar tonight?
I think it's a cigar night. Watch Drew Brees, Justin Herbert, and think about LeBron James. When I've been rambling on during my commentary, I'm watching that cigar and I'm thinking, I think I'm going to have one tonight in honor of the king.
It did look like a good cigar.
It did very good, just wafting up that smoke, a little glass of vino. Some days you feel like you get in the car and go for a long drive, perhaps, an hour and a half. Certainly not 16,000 miles across multiple countries. One guy, Rainier Zietlow, did. 16,000-mile drive, Alaska to Argentina. Rain, desert, sleet, snow, broke a world record. And he was using the new Michelin Endurance XT silicone wiper blades, crafted for extreme weather. And we're getting into it now. It uses advanced quad tech. 4 layers, coated silicone. What's that do? Repels water, snow, and ice, and lasts 2 times longer than other blades. So it doesn't matter what weather throws at you, be prepared. New Michelin Endurance XT silicone wiper blades. Only available at Walmart. Listen, a lot of people don't like driving in rain. I'm one of them. Grew up in Seattle, though it's part of life. You want to be protected. Grocery store, long drive, staycation, whatever it is. The new Michelin Endurance XT silicone wiper blades available today only at Walmart.